Afternoon. I'm not going to say good afternoon.
It is afternoon.
It's just an afternoon. Whew, well, we are on our way back to Arkansas. Arkansas, or whatever. We're actually in Arkansas now, thankfully.
Man.
Hold on, I gotta get over.
Making our way back to the river valley.
Yes. And boy, let me tell you, I am ready to be home. We're about an hour and 45 minutes away from the house. I was going to record this a lot earlier, but I've been a little annoyed, to say the least. It takes a lot to get me annoyed, guys. A lot. But this trip right here has really highlighted where we're at in the world, in my opinion. And I don't normally talk about this kind of stuff that often, but customer service is non-existent anymore. It just is not a thing.
You shouldn't have to be excited and grateful just for people to have good customer service.
I'm a very nice person, and especially to like people that are like serving me with things and stuff like that. I honestly always try to bring like a smile to their face, you know, like cheerful, make their day cheerful because they're at work and stuff like that. But I have dealt with some of the rudest, sorriest, lazy, booyaka I think I've dealt with in a while on this trip right here. And that has nothing to do with where we went and all that other stuff. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Freedom Weekend was 5 stars. 5 stars. Sid, Mike, and Frankie knocked it out the park.
Man, his whole crew, or their whole crew, they had a whole crew of
Mississippians.
Is it Mississippians?
I don't know. It sounds good.
The Sipians.
M-I crooked letter with a crooked letter.
Yeah, they had man.
Yeah, they put it in. Great fireworks, great food, just well organized, just a great event. They did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. And but everything outside of that has been very frustrating. And I just stopped at Love's,
which is a truck stop, gas station type deal for you guys who didn't know.
And I don't like stopping there to begin with, because a long time ago they decided they wasn't going to fly the American flag anymore, and I've pretty much boycotted them. But this situation on the road, that was the only place there. That's the only choice I had. And boy, let me tell you what, boy, they didn't disappoint on the fact that I don't ever go there. It was horrible customer service. Horrible. I stood in line for about 40 minutes to get some chicken strips. The guy behind the counter had a straight attitude with every single body that came in. Had nothing to do with how nice the people was or anything. He just didn't want to be there and was going to make everybody miserable in it. And then paid like $15 for 4 chicken strips combo. Combo didn't come with a drink. It was supposed to come with a biscuit and a small side. Well, they didn't have the potato wedges I wanted, so I was like, all right, well, mashed potatoes and gravy. It ain't gonna be too easy to eat while I'm driving, but whatever. I'm a cheerful person. I was like, mashed potatoes and gravy's fine. He's kind of throwing stuff and just attitude and stuff like that, like he was with everybody in front of me. And then at the end, I'm like, I said, did you put the biscuit in the
bag,
in the box with the tenders or whatever? No biscuits. I was like, well, that's part of the combo. Y'all's whole combo is one little small side and a biscuit. That's what y'all are considering a combo. You don't even give a drink with it.
How do you get a combo with no drink?
Yeah, and then I was like, so do we substitute? Like what's the deal? Yeah, no, just no biscuit. So basically, I paid $15 for 4 chicken strips and some mashed potatoes and gravy, which wasn't even the side I wanted, with a whole lot of attitude. I mean, tons of attitude. And then I had to go to the store side of it and wait in another long line just to get a drink. And man, like I said, customer service there wasn't good either. You know what I mean? It was just like, I don't know. People these days act like they're doing you a favor by going to work.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just, and that was kind of like the final straw. It's been little things like that this whole trip. Everywhere we've stopped, it's been
something. We pull up to a gas station and that particular pump ain't working. The card reader ain't working.
Yeah. There's no signs on it or nothing to say no, not working.
Go in the bathroom, wash your hands. They don't have no paper towels.
Tell them the paper towel story.
So, oh man. So we stopped. This was still in Mississippi, I believe.
Yeah, this was on the way there.
So we stop in. We go in to use the restroom. It was the final stop before we get there. Go in. I use the restroom, wash my hands, and hit the paper towel thing. And there's no paper towels in it. No big deal. They got the little dryer on the wall. I hit the button. It ain't working. So I'm like, all right. So I go up to the desk or to the counter, and I tell the lady, I said, "Hey, ma'am, your dryer's not working in there, and you're out of paper towels." She said, "Well, I can't." What'd she say? She said, "Well, the dryer I can't help you with." I was like, "All right." She goes, "We're out of paper towels." I was like, "All right."
With the attitude.
I was like, "You got any napkins I can get?" And so she goes behind the counter to where like they're cooking the chicken. Hits the paper towel dispenser like 3 times. Rinse it off. It's like, this'll have to do.
Yeah.
Man.
With straight attitude. Because you want to dry your hands after you use the restroom. It's been a trip like that. Just everywhere we've stopped. And it's just really highlighted where we're at nowadays with customer service and stuff like that. And it's been on a decline for years. And it's just, oh man, it really makes it to where it just really solidifies the fact that I belong in the mountains, away from everybody.
I tell you what, the whole entire ride from 3 Mississippi to the Arkansas line over the Mississippi River was absolutely a terrible ride for me. I am still in tremendous pain, and the whole ride was just bump, 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 boom, big, man, potholes in the road and railroad tracks that are uneven.
We was trying to avoid the interstate, which we're on now, because if you look behind me, there's a tractor following me.
Might be a load back there.
Yeah, this Chevy right now, guys, is, you know how they got the Carolina squat?
Yeah.
Well, I got the Carolina squat going on, and I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
Because personally, I think that's stupid. You know what I mean? Let me just go ahead and call it what it is. That's the stupidest trend I've seen. But yeah, the back of the truck right here is completely loaded all the way to the tonneau cover thing.
Yep.
Slam pack, and then the trailer is loaded all the way to the back. It's got a tractor, a box or a bush hog, and the 4-wheeler's sort of on the bush hog. It's up in the air like this, kind of climbing the bush hog, and there's stuff stacked all the way around and up underneath, and straps everywhere. This Chevy's got a load.
Talk about the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
We're taking them back to Arkansas.
Yeah, we got some banjos playing in the back there. Y'all like my banjo impression?
At the Loves we were at, there were 3 bikers sitting there, and one of them was eyeballing the old e-bike. And I was like, "What'd you think about it?" And he was like, "It's something." I was like, "Yeah, it ain't as sexy as y'all's Harleys, but it's something."
They have some nice bikes. They have some real nice bikes. So it's definitely been an adventure. We're all ready to be home for sure. Even the 2 little ones in the back right there has been a lot quieter on the return trip than they was on the up trip. It's been an event.
I would definitely say all the kids that were there are dead.
Yeah, I'm sure all of them sleeping and wore out, because kids do have seatbelts on, by the way, guys.
Yeah. Just trying to relax a little.
Trying to relax a little bit.
Old Serenity and Lindsay's daughter River they were up at the end of the poker tournament last night when we were all playing, and I tell you what, they were so tired that like River was just in tears because she was like, one eye was closed and one was like, ah.
She was fighting it.
She was fighting it, not trying to sleep.
Yeah, the kids won the weekend as usual.
If there was a competition, the kids won.
Yeah, for sure. The kids had a blast. Mike and Sid had the best babysitter on the planet at Freedom Weekend. That slide with the water.
Yeah. 40 foot long, 20 foot tall.
Yeah.
The Hurricane, I believe is what it was called.
Yeah, that joker right there is the best babysitter known to man. You didn't see no kids on any electronics, everywhere from teenagers down to little ones. No kids on electronics all weekend long. They literally lived in that slide or on side-by-sides or four-wheelers or something. There was like, and for me, that's a big thing for me, is to see kids at events like that and not them in the corner bored.
Yeah.
You know, like on an iPad or the iPhone or something like that.
And really, in my opinion, there was absolutely no negative about the whole. The only thing that was even a minor, the only thing that was like a minor blip was, you know, when Lillian ended up, you know, running when the fire.
That wasn't a minor blip. That was a huge one.
That was
That was huge. That's just
devastating. That was absolutely.
I'm still not giving up hope. I'm not ready yet. I'm really hoping that the neighborhood watch thing, because it's been put out on the neighborhood little groups and stuff like that. I'm still hoping for the best.
Yep.
And then the drifter down thing.
That
Oh, you're gonna want to see my next video, by the way, too, because
something happened.
yeah, a couple things happened. First of all, I ended up in the same culvert he did.
The same exact spot.
And then he ended up in the culvert again. And I almost flipped the four-wheeler off the back of the trailer loading it.
This next video is, man.
Yeah, it got a little sketchy. And right when I was flipping, Mike from 3 Mississippi pulled up, and I'm like, if it wasn't for Jason with White Rock, and me putting it in full-wheel drive,
you'd have flipped right off the trailer with the four-wheeler.
Yeah, with the four-wheeler on top of me.
And it probably would have landed on top of me, because my dumb behind, not really thinking, as soon as the four-wheeler went to fall off the trailer,
reflexes.
My reflex was, oh, let me try to grab it. And as soon as I put my arms up, I was like, oh, and the four-wheeler was just coming towards me. And luckily, Jason grabbed it, you know, and pushed it down. It was in four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, so all that was this morning.
yeah. All that before 10 a.m.
Yeah, before 10 a.m. Before the sun even got cooking good. So it was eventful. I'll tell you what, we're all tired though.
At least we did manage to get what you wanted accomplished. We were 100% loaded up and ready to go before the sun got too hot and beat us up.
Yeah, that was the goal, because it was a hot one this weekend, guys. It was a shout out to everybody that was there that made it through it, because I think it was hotter this year than it was last year. And last year was pretty hot. Yeah, I do. I think the humidity was worse this year.
It was, well, the humidity was definitely worse because we were in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But as far as heat, bro, last year it was 100 degrees.
Yeah, well, I think the heat was worse in Arkansas, but the humidity was worse here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was like, we was like in a crab boil all weekend. It was hot.
And speaking of boil, we had a shrimp and country boil on Saturday.
Shrimp. I never ended up going live. I took Domino back to the room last night and stuff, and then by the time I got back, it was time to really get ready for the fireworks and stuff. I was going to do the fireworks, but Mike was already streaming it, so I decided there's no point in having to do
that was my bad. I didn't realize you were going to do a live.
And so if you want to see the fireworks, go over to old Drifting Dreamers. Did you do it on that or the side one?
No, I did it on DD5.
Yeah.
I meant to do it on Dreaming with Drifters, but when I set the live up, my fingers were moving too fast, and it went to DD5.
Yeah, but man, what a great fireworks show too. They said they was planning that from New Year's.
Man, yes.
Yeah.
I think his name was JB. I believe that was Mike's friend's name. He was an awesome. Man, that guy was really...
He was the range master.
He was really on it. He was so professional with the range master. They had said they were planning it out all, like, even the directions that the fireworks were pointed and set up to make it for the best bang, for the best buck. It was 15 minutes of uninterrupted finale almost.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah, it wasn't like a finale at the end. It was a finale to the whole show.
Yeah, the whole 15 minutes was a finale.
Yeah. It was really good. Really good. I think they knocked it out the park. I think it was a great event.
I think you said it best earlier when you said there was absolutely nothing that Mike, Sid, or Frankie could have done to have made it a better event for us. They did everything they could possibly do. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And I'm sure y'all are watching this, so thanks, guys. We greatly appreciate it. It was a blast. And all the people there was really, really good people, cool people.
There was. I met a few different some new people. First time meeting them.
Yeah.
Actually, big shout out to Southern Blessed Homestead with some cool hats.
I've known those guys for a while. Cool.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. They've been in the community for quite some time, and he's a character.
Yeah.
he is funny. I like it. And took some pictures and stuff with them. Tim and Dana Mason was there and stuff. And
it's always a good time to see them.
You got to meet Tim's parents actually, and also their daughter and her husband and kids were there and stuff, grandkids. So yeah, it was a good time. And then some of Sid and Mike's friends and stuff from Cali was there.
Yep.
And the dad was cool.
There were even some other Mike and Sid's friends all the way from North Carolina. So we had it from the East Coast to the West Coast. Freedom Weekend, the 4th annual Freedom Weekend, right? That was 4th?
Yeah. Mine was 3rd, so that's 4th. And next year it's going to be
on the ridge.
On the ridge.
Dang. And let's not get confused with the Gooder Ridge.
Yeah, the Gooder Ridge.
This is
the No Work Ridge.
The No Work Ridge.
The No Work Ridge. We've been hearing rumors of like a taco truck and stuff like that. And let me tell you, I guarantee you there's not going to be any crawfish because Tim said that crawfish is too much work.
Yeah.
I told Tim, you really make it too easy on me, buddy. When you start talking about you ain't going to eat something because it's too much work.
Listen, Lissa likes crawfish, don't you?
Yep.
I like crawfish too, and I don't mind the work.
I don't either.
Yeah, that was funny. As soon as he said it too, he knew he messed up. Because he knows I'm quick-witted, and I'm going to come with it whenever he's talking about not working. And Tim did a little lessons from the Ridge thing there at 3 Mississippi to kind of end the whole thing or whatever.
Yeah. I think he did a nice little sermon.
Yeah.
I think he read from like the book of Luke or something.
Was it Luke?
I think it was.
I thought it was. I don't know. I was still running around a little bit. I caught bits and parts of it. And
I was talking to Gumby with Jim's Homestead one more time. Appreciate you guys for checking on the mountain for us, keeping everything going.
And keeping their escape artist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Halo escaped the dog pen.
I was actually talking about your other one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The ones you ain't took ownership of yet.
We are the newest member
The newest escape
of
artist.
GD5. Our little Cinnamon
Cinnamon
has taken after her mama and has turned into the newest escape artist.
Yeah. I think she took the crown because Coco been doing real good.
Yeah.
Coco been doing great staying in the pen. Yeah, that's 18, 19 minutes. Yeah, we've been chatting for a minute. I think we're going to go on and end it, guys. We just wanted to kind of do a little recap. And honestly, I wanted to vent a little bit because I am tired of bad customer service and attitudes.
You guys know it takes a lot for Uncle David to get flustered and really just like have a bad attitude, and it was over. And he came out of that store.
Mad.
He was like, "Oof, easy there, guy."
I told him I need to go find one of those backyard YouTube things where they got the backyard fights because I was ready to fight something.
I can't believe he did that though. I mean, that guy was. He should have got fired.
Yeah, just straight rude, just to everybody. And like I said, there was like 7 people in front of me before we even got to me. And you know, I got my granddaughter standing right there beside me, so I'm not being disrespectful in any kind of way.
Yeah.
I was just rolling with it. Even when he told me he didn't have to, after I watched him be rude to everybody, I was just like, all right, no wedges, that's fine. Let me get this. And just the body language and the demeanor and the attitude, the way he spoke and stuff, and just the way he acted was just so uncalled for.
How about the pizza place right next door?
Yeah, the pizza place took an order for like 10 pizzas or something like that. They had no backups for the little grab and go pizzas, which is the
Single
whole point.
slices,
It's the whole point of that place. And they had a bunch of people sitting there waiting and wouldn't like fix none of the personal pizzas or nothing like that, and was just working on a call in to go order and had everybody over there mad. So that whole place was dysfunctional. And,
from the gas station to the food. Everything.
It was horrible. It was just like the cap of because like I said, all the way up there, everywhere we stopped, it was attitudes. It was attitudes everywhere. And the two in this front seat right here are about as friendly as they get in public places like that. Like, we go out of our way to put a smile on people's face and really cheer up their day, you know what I mean? And for us to have that kind of problems with customer service everywhere we stop is rare. And but the problem is it's starting to become very unrare.
It is. It's starting to become more and more common.
Yeah, it's
people,
the new norm.
It's because everybody's unhappy.
Yeah. So, if you got some experiences like that, leave it in the comments. I like to hear it.
What is your worst ever customer service experience?
Yeah.
That ought to be a good one.
And do you agree with me that it is becoming the new norm now for horrible customer service instead of back in the day whenever it was all about customer service?
It's almost like the employee feels like we should be grateful that they're at work doing their own job.
Yeah.
Like, wow, thank you so much for doing your job.
Yeah, like when I used to work into the retail environment and stuff like that, customer service and all of that, because I used to be a waiter and all kinds of stuff. And man, I kept everybody laughing and cheerful, and you know what I mean? It didn't even matter if I was having a horrible day outside of work. When I was at work, they didn't know about it. You know what I mean? I kept it as light and as fun as possible, you know? So.
Also, it's not a very good way to get a tip.
No.
If you're working customer service, I would say at least 60% of the time you're eligible for some kind of tip, right? A cash tip or something. And if you're in a good mood and positive or whatsoever, I know me, I'm much more likely to, hey, keep the change, or you know, here's a little, you know, something for you. Much more likely. If you got a bad attitude, you can forget about it.
You just opened up a whole nother conversation.
Man. Yeah.
We're not going nowhere yet. I got more to say. Speaking of tips, now I'm all about tipping somebody that serves me for something and deserves a tip. Like, I'm all about it. Especially the ones that I know ain't making minimum wage and the tips make up the difference and everything.
Yeah, like waitresses and stuff.
But is it just me, or does every place now all of a sudden want you to tip? You can go through the drive-thru and it's a tip. You can go to one of those places, and I've been to a bunch of them in Dallas, where you go walk up to the thing, order your food, then you have to go back up there, pick up your food, plus throw away all your trash and all that other stuff. Get your own drink and everything else, and they want 30% for a tip.
You know what is a really good place that I enjoy eating, and they do the same thing? Like Zaxby's.
Yep.
Zaxby's chicken, you go, you order your food, you go sit down, you go back and get it, you go back and sit down,
trash,
you throw away
get your
all
own
your
drink.
everything. Except when you pay, they're asking, would you like to tip?
Yeah.
Tip for what?
Yeah, 18, 22, or 30%.
Man.
Well, because this $30 I just spent is not good.
Yeah.
I just have all the money in the world.
Yeah, it's just, but it seems like everywhere's that way now. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, the places that you should tip is the ones that did that, but now it's everywhere. Everywhere. It's crazy. Or is it just, it might just be me.
It's not you. I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
I don't know. It's a rant one today, guys. I'm sorry. I just thank y'all for listening, because I just needed, sometimes you just got to get it out. And today I needed to get it out.
I mean, you got, like Lisa and I have said to you guys before, you are our friends and family. You
Yeah.
are who we talk to the most out of everybody in the world.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
you are going to be the ones that we vent to.
Yeah. And I needed to get it out. I needed to get it off my chest because I didn't want to sour this whole great weekend and just stir on that. But I feel better just talking about it. But I am curious in the comments. Y'all let me know in the comments. I want y'all to blow the comments up on this one. I want to read y'all stories because I just truly think nowadays it's the new norm. And that's sad. That's very sad in my opinion. So
42 miles
yeah.
to Russellville.
Yeah, I'm almost back to the mountain where customer service is always number one.
All eight. Arkansas River Valley.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care if it was a random person walking on the side of the road. Boy,
Yeah.
they're going to be happy for you.
Yeah, our people, we don't deal with that really in our area, thankfully. I mean, people, like that little store that I go to get my little breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that, it is always smiling and how you doing and how's your day and just, man, I got to have a lot more in that life.
Or even picking a joke at you or something like that.
Perfect one.
Yeah, for me, it's
I'm not going to read it out loud. It says, if you woke up today on some negative beep, lay your beep back down.
we're going to end on that one. Love every single one of y'all. Do something nice for somebody today.
Please.
Yes. Don't even worry about taking a step closer to your goal. Just be nice to somebody today. Love every single one of y'all. Y'all keep it real, guys.